I think I have everything. We shall see. So the other week, we went to visit a friend and he had more apples than he could eat. So we picked them. The kids had a great time, and but it's quite a lot. It's probably 3-4 kilos. So I was thinking to make an applesauce, apple compote out of them. Put that in jars for some later date. So that's the project for this afternoon. We had a quite rainy, drizzly, cold morning, so the fire is still on. So now I can just cook here on the fire, which is great. Wat is er? Wat is er nou? Wat is er nou? Kan je even van mij af? Hoe is er nou hier gaat? Just some white sugar. This has been bubbling away for about an hour, I think. I don't know. I don't measure things. Ja, Bo, één moment. Ik kan even geen boekje lezen. Yeah. And they fell apart amazingly. Some little chunks here and there, but that's not bad. Might go through it with a masher. Yes, let me do that. Just to get those really big chunks done. Okay, before I put it in jars, it's probably a good idea to taste it. So let me try. Just to see if it needs more sugar. Just gonna add like 1/3 of a cup more. And definitely want more cinnamon. I also still have some apples left, so I think I will do another batch that is not cinnamony for recipes where I don't want that. Ooh, very hot, but very good. Okay. I have some clean jars, some clean lids. Exactly 5 jars. That's amazing. Hè, Bo? Dat is knap gedaan. Clean the rim. Ja, Bo. Ja, we gaan boeken lezen. Pushy. And now it's kind of like after you do some baking. Baba ook? Is appelmoes? Is lekker? No? Bo's not interested. It's his loss.
Excuse the sound of the chipper in the background, if you can hear it. Our neighbor is enjoying his new toy. We are up on the top of the land, on the new parking spot. And I've done this before on other trees, but now we still have to do these trees and check out which trees we are going to harvest this year. And because we had this drought and dry winter before that, not all trees are giving us olives this year. And that means that we won't be focusing on all the trees, but just focus on the trees that actually have a decent harvest on them. And because I still have to clear around the trees for the nets to go down, I want to mark them in some way so that I know which trees we're going to harvest and decide it together to harvest. And then I can just come back and clean everything. Oh, and I'm also taking off the suckers while I'm here. We decided on taking the olives from this tree, right?
Yeah.
This is not this is not an olive branch. This is broom growing all the way through the tree. So we need to kill that one. Maybe not now, but in the future. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Needs a lot of pruning.
Yeah.
But it's
plukken.
But it's normal because we took out so much last year or 2 years ago.
Nee, dat is degene die ze hadden omgezaagd.
Yeah, I know, but we took, it looked like this a couple of years ago as well. But all those branches in the middle need to go away.
Ja.
Okay, let me do that then.
Oh, dat is kleiner.
Alright. Dit is wel prima toch?
Dit gaat
Je hangt echt
heel
helemaal vol joh, aan die
Ja,
kant.
deze hè?
Ja.
Dat is ook dan toch.
Ja, deze moet even aan de kant nog. Ik denk dat er nog wel een fikkie in zit hier. Zaag, had ik die hiermee naartoe genomen of ligt die nog daar? Ligt die hier? Ja. Moet je even naar beneden hier zo?
Hier.
Ja.
Dank u. Hier. Moet je hier lopen? Ja, hier.
Ja, ik denk niet dat hier iets aan hangt hoor, aan deze.
Deze, hier.
Nee, dat
Nee.
een keer goed doen.
Ja.
Maar die andere wel.
Maar deze is wel de moeite waard, denk ik. Dit is echt, this will be our private garden hier. Hier kun je wel gewoon naakt zitten. En,
Ja.
Oké,
Deze is het waard?
deze is definitely waard, maar ik zie ook dat een van de zakkers al fruit geeft.
Ja.
Dus ik haal alleen even de kleine zakkers eraf, waar niks aan zit. En doen we de rest tijdens de harvest.
Oké.
Maar deze zit wel lekker vol. En hij is ook fertilized
Door de lokale...
by the native boar species. So that's nice. Don't have to haul horse manure up here. And this is also, I think, one of the healthiest looking trees. Like the stem and stuff, it looks amazing.
Kijk hier, toch? Mijn auto.
This one doesn't have any olives. This one though, has quite a lot. That one is chock full. That one not really. Oh, dat is een eik. Oh ja, ja. Nee, ja, deze dan ook. 7 bomen. I don't know. maybe. Disregarding the olive field on that side, we checked all the trees that are here and we came to about 25, 26 trees that we will be harvesting. And so that means that I have to go back with the strimmer and start strimming around them and making sure that we can lay the nets underneath flat-ish. So, more than I thought.
Yeah. Papa, wil je zitten? Of wil je het doormaken? This little boy. I love him. So this has... This is really... Ja, Bo. Mama gaat even praten. Is dat oké? Second time trying to film this. Now without the annoying toddler. Yeah, it's just very much been a week again where life just kind of gets in the way of work. I know this is a very privileged position to be in because I don't have to go to a job every day. But the struggle of being self-employed is that you have to schedule your own stuff, and that can be very hard to do just in general. I used to be a very organized person. I am no longer that person with a toddler around. So yeah, life just kind of got in the way this week. And that's has been a little bit frustrating for me, just trying to do work but never, well, feeling like I never have the time to do work. And then Bo's teething, of course. And then my struggle just in general is also that I'm an introvert and I mostly just want to be left alone and not talk to too many people. But then somehow, for some reason, I made it my job to talk to a camera. So here we are. But that's always like a little bit of a struggle for me to actually like take out the camera and talk to you guys. And even though I love making videos and doing the whole editing and that kind of stuff, I love doing that. So I've also been kind of seeing how I can restructure my life so that I can focus more on that part. And I'm not sure yet what that's going to mean for this YouTube channel, but yeah. in time, when things are more, things have taken more shape, you will hear about it. And then next to that, I've been doing YouTube now for about 3 years, and the thing that I love about farming and homesteading and doing this kind of life is that you kind of have these cycles of building and planting and harvesting, but that means that you have to you kind of do the same thing every year, and I like that because it kind of takes you through the year, but it's not super interesting, or I feel like it's not always super interesting from a content point of view, but this is our life and there is a rhythm to it. So I've been kind of trying to look at my analytics and see what is interesting and what is not interesting, and sometimes I kind of miss the mark in that, and then I try to learn from that. But that is to say, we are now in the season of picking quince again to make marmalade. Today you saw I made some applesauce. That was the first time, so I felt like I hadn't already shown you that. But I've already made marmalade a few times. We're now getting ready for the olive harvest, which I've shown you a few times. So I'm also trying to think of ways in how I can make it still interesting if you've already seen this from us. And now there are so many channels in this area with lots of people doing the same things that, yeah, when I started, it was just me and 1 or 2 other channels, and now it's so much. I'm sure you guys know. So it's kind of been a little bit of a puzzle for me of how do I keep this interesting? How much do I want to still share? What's fun for me, because not to be rude, but I started making videos because I liked it, and I think that always shows in the video if the creator likes what they're doing. But because life has been kind of messy, oh my god, this is already taking too long. So we're getting ready to do the olive harvest. I'm excited. I think we can do quite a lot. Even though it's not the best year, it's also not the worst. I mean, trees have their off and on years, and some of the trees have their on year right now. So that's totally fine. I just find it funny that I see people who did their first harvest last year and that now have that as their benchmark, even though that was like the most that was the biggest harvest in like many decades. All the tanks were full, presses stopped pressing because there were too many olives. So that's in no way a benchmark of how many olives you can get in an average year. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. Anyhow, if you would like to see more of what we do, you can check out this video or this video, and I'll see you next week.